As a doctor, whenever anybody tells me what their temperature is or what their child's temperature is, I say, how did you take it? If somebody told me that they just felt them and they felt warm, that's not really good enough, right? I need an actual temperature, and so do you. I'm Dr. Carolina Melgar. I'm a cardiologist and I focus on preventive medicine. I want to teach you how to prevent diseases with science and common sense. Now, I know we've been doing this since the beginning of time, but this method is not a reliable way to tell if you or somebody else has a fever. So don't do it. What you need is a thermometer. You have to have a thermometer to really tell if you have a fever. So let's talk about a normal body temperature. Keep in mind, you guys, that if you have one of those old mercury thermometers from the back in the day, you should really not be using them. They're not safe. But you can't also throw them away in the trash. You actually need to contact your local public health department to figure out how to dispose of them. It's very dangerous because it can break, and those little drops of mercury are highly toxic. And another thing I don't trust is those cell phone apps that tell you what your temperature is. This is also not the most accurate way to tell if you have a fever. So let's talk about a normal body temperature. You might have heard that the normal body temp is 98.6, but this number is only average. And we're going to be talking about a fever when it's higher than 100.8 or 100.9. Did you know that your body's ability to regulate temperature also changes as you get older? People over the age of 65 usually have more trouble adjusting to changes in their temperature. This is why it's more likely that they have lower body temperatures. Did you know that our bodies tend to warm up throughout the day? And of course, the more you move, the warmer your body becomes. Of course, it's going to be very small variations, but it's going to be different if you're sitting warm by the fireplace reading a book for the last 20 minutes, or if you've just been outside playing in the snow wearing only a pair of jeans and a jacket. We're talking about very small numbers, but just in case, babies, even very small variations can mean that something is wrong. It also depends on whether you take the temperature orally, rectally, in the armpit, or whether we're talking about an infrared thermometer. There's a chart that is very easy to use to identify your normal range, and it can be very easy to know when you have a fever. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a link on the description so you can check that chart. Now, fever usually comes with sweating or chills, aches and pains, headaches, weakness, and a lack of energy. Our bodies have a built-in temperature control system that raises our body's temperature in response to diseases and infection. I've actually made another video on this, and I really want you to check that out. So I'm also going to leave the link in the description so you don't miss it. Always remember that any fever that comes with trouble breathing, a skin rash, a persistent cough, confusion or sleepiness, unexplained bleeding or bruising, persistent diarrhea or vomiting, headaches with a stiff neck, and any fever in babies less than 3 months old are all red flags, and you should call your doctor. So I hope you found this information useful. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Just leave them in the comments below. Take care.